What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with Dark Outpost and GeeksandGamers.com. And when you tell half of your viewers that they are trash, when you tell half of your viewers that they're not wanted, when you tell half of your viewers that they are deplorable, you shouldn't be surprised when they leave. And when you go woke, like ESPN, you will go broke. And that's exactly what we're seeing. There are layoffs on the horizon for ESPN because they are bleeding viewers, and they have been for the past several years with their woke political agenda, and they deserve every bit of it. ESPN layoffs are on the horizon. Last month, Outkick first reported that ESPN was bracing for major cost cuts, including the potential layoff of hundreds of workers. Now, for a lot of these people, if they are people who are, camera operators, audio people like that, that is really sad. That is tragic that they might be losing their jobs because of the decisions of the on-camera people or the people on top in charge at ESPN who have decided to go this divisive route instead of sticking to sports like they were supposed to be all about. Instead, it became all about politics, all about social justice, and they drove their audience away. The Athletic reported today that they could begin as soon as Thursday. ESPN currently has about 4,000 employees in Bristol, another 2,500 employees in other offices across the United States and the world. ESPN declined to comment on this. I'm sure they did because I'm sure they're busy trying to tell everyone why they're about to get fired right before the holidays during the pandemic because of their poor decisions. And ESPN, that's what we've been calling it for a while. You heard the phrase woke center because that's what it became about instead of sports. It became about the identity politics. It became about Orange Man Bad. It became about all the racism that's rampant in professional sports, the social justice that we need to see instead of focusing on sports. And every time you see this happen, you see ratings fall. You see people leave. That's what we saw earlier this year when we had this. ESPN hits all-time 41-year ratings low as Woke Center on steroids takes over. This was about 4 or 5 months ago when this happened, and this was forecasting the future. We knew exactly what would take place as soon as we saw this happening. This is not just isolated to this year. It's not just isolated to the pandemic. This has been happening for the past 5 years. They have been bleeding viewers. Now, whether you want to say it's because people are cutting the cord, yeah, that could be, but it doesn't account for what we saw in some of these cases. On Wednesday, ESPN studio programming, which has become ESPN's Woke Center on steroids, hit a 41-year ratings low. So the entire history of this channel, this is the lowest it had ever been. This is a few months ago that we're talking about. The network, which has become more left-wing than MSNBC and CNN combined over the past several weeks, has completely abandoned sports coverage. The result? Viewers, many of whom were willing to watch the channel even during a pandemic disaster with limited sports, have abandoned it in droves. Look at this. First Take had only 211,000 people watching, the 93rd highest rating program on all of cable. That is absolutely pathetic. Even Jay Leno's Garage defeated First Take. Oh my God, that's embarrassing, to be quite honest with you. Get Up only had 136,000 viewers, the lowest number of viewers in that show's history. And then SportsCenter, the highest rated SportsCenter of the day, couldn't even crack 170,000 people watching. That's how bad it was. And now it turns out that they're going to have these layoffs. The pandemic has affected many of Disney's business operations like theme parks, cruises, movies, and live sports. Though most sports leagues have been salvaged, there was some lost revenue in college football and other sports. They did announce in September Disney would be laying off 2,800 employees. Many of them were going to come from their sporting outlets, from ESPN, because of the low ratings and the terrible reputation that they have had over the past several years. And we even saw this coming. We saw them transition. They've been trying to push this ESPN Plus a lot, even locking content behind that ESPN Plus paywall to try to get people to sign up. But sadly, it's not working. They continue to bleed money, but they continue to just go even more woke. They don't understand. They would rather die on this ideological hill than just simply get back to basics and talk about sports, which is what everyone wants to actually focus on. They have lost a ton of money over the past several years, and they've even cut their people before. Look at this, 300 people in 2015 and about 100 people in 2017. We've seen these layoffs over the past couple years. This one is going to be much bigger and likely much more impactful on the day-to-day. But honestly, like I said, you get what you deserve when you're ESPN, when you decide to go this route, when you decide to alienate half of your population for their political stance, nothing at all to do with sports, and you continue to preach with them about how they are living their lives wrong, about how their political views are wrong. You shouldn't be surprised when they fucking leave, and that's exactly what we're seeing with ESPN right now. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.